guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel. Today I am back with another speed build and this is of a tiny house again, like a very small house. It's not really a tiny house, but it's kind of on the small side. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom because I have a list of ideas going and I know I said I wanted to do a community lot sometime soon and I will, I promise, we'll get to that. I have a list of ideas like in my phone. When I get inspiration, I like write it all down. And one of the things that's been on my list for a while is like a home that's like more about gardening than anything. And then I wrote, so that's why this is called the garden cottage. So it's a little cottage. It's like for somebody that's just really into nature, and it's not like cluttered, but there's like a lot of plants everywhere and gardening supplies. And the yard is a crazy garden. There is so much growing out there. And I had a lot of fun building this. It's a very simple shape, which is coming together now. And I'm using the same doors and windows I use on like every build I make. I really need to get away from them, but they're so perfect. I love the cats and dogs. They're not cats and dogs windows, are they? Yes, they are. The cats and dogs windows are just my favorite windows in the entire world. And I just can't stop using them. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hopefully next build won't be them, but I can't promise. Can't promise. They're just too good. I can't stop using them, so apologies for that. But this, like I said, is a garden home, and I sped up, I think I kept in all the footage, but I sped up some of the landscaping here, because most of it I keep on like 6 times speed, but I think I put this on like 8. Once we got to placing down all the plants and stuff, because it took forever, because this whole lot gets really covered in plants, and I make quite a, big, like, walkway, and there's like a little greenhouse, and that we're placing down now, and there ends up being a place for you to, like, there's planters under there, so you can actually plant some stuff there. Of course you can plant them anywhere, but I wanted to put down those, like, little planter boxes for your Sims to go ahead and use. So there's a lot of finessing of this, trying to make it look good, and because, I don't know, I have trouble with terrain paint sometimes, making them look realistic, which is kind of frustrating. I also used a lot of this white picket fence because I thought it helped accentuate like different parts of the lawn, the yard. I'm not sure what words I'm looking for there. But as you can see by the amount of dirt everywhere, there's going to be a lot of plants and flowers everywhere. We end up also adding more of the fence in the front, and I think most of the speed build is going to be the outside of the house. And you're like, it's such a simple little house. How long does it take that long? I really put so much landscaping in this one. And since I know a lot of houses that I do are bigger houses and they also have a lot of landscaping, I'll cut out the landscaping. I thought for this one I would keep it entirely in, because that's the majority of what the house is, and it didn't make it so this video is too long. If this was a big house though, yeah, I probably would have cut the landscaping, because I know a lot of people, and people have asked me to do this before, split it up when you have a big house, so you do like the entire exterior first and then you do the interior. But a lot of the time I kind of go back and forth between the two. I think in this one I didn't. I think I did all the landscaping and then went to the interior, but I don't always do that. So that's why I don't have 2-part builds very often. I also don't know how interested people are in watching a part 2 of a build. Let me know what you think about that. Like if it meant I could keep in landscaping for some of my bigger builds, I'd be curious to know about that. I used a lot of stuff from Laundry Day in this because I thought like it felt right with somebody who was like a gardener, a botanist, or what have you. And I thought they might be slightly eco-friendly. I got the clothing line out there and the wash bucket. There's no other lawn. Oh, I didn't put a hamper on the lot. Oh, oops. If you're going to want that to function and you download this house, you're going to want to place a hamper on the lot. Otherwise, you know, there's nowhere for your clothes to go. Sorry about that. And if you guys would like to download this, it's available on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Griffy or the hashtag MsGryphi. So it should be pretty easy to find. And I've realized how many times I've said in this voiceover. I don't know why. I've just had a problem with that lately, or probably always. I feel like that's been a problem my entire life. I just can't stop saying and like. I feel like I say like. Oh my gosh, I said like. Okay, anyway, trees. I put a lot of trees in the slot as well because I felt like it needed more than just plants everywhere, so we're still working on some terrain paint here. I didn't even place any of the plants down. Here we go. Plants are being placed. This is beautiful. Oh, goodness. But yeah, I just had a lot of fun kind of making this lot overgrown with plants. It's not like overgrown in a bad way. It's just like a very luscious garden. And I thought that was kind of a fun thing to do. I have so many other things on my list. Here, actually, let me go through my list. So maybe I can list off some things and you guys can tell me what sounds the most interesting to you of the things I haven't done yet. That way, like, it might help me to choose from my monster list of things I wanted to do. Let's see. I have, I feel like I already did a craftsman, so I don't know why that's on my list still. I also have like colonial things, minimalism, art deco, mid-century modern. I have like maybe the beginning of a really weird build series on this list, which I'm not going to talk about until I start doing it, but I mean, that's an option. I also wrote down like mansions. I can cross off garden home now. I did it. This is done. And I already did base game, starter. I did like I wrote down white apartment, which is basically that Scandinavian inspired apartment I did, which I thought was really fun. I want to do some more rustic stuff. I really want to do some more larger family homes. And even though I've done a couple in the last couple of weeks, I still want to do more base game homes. I don't know why those are so fun for me, but like if you guys don't want that, I won't do it. I just kind of wanted your input a little bit. And of course the community lots that I keep promising, which aren't on this list. I just have more fun building houses, but I do want to do a community lot. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. I know I got a couple of suggestions. I remember one of them was a laundromat. That could be kind of interesting. But if you have any more community lot suggestions or any idea off this list, anything you would like to see, please let me know. But anyway, now, just because I haven't talked to you guys since last week, at least had a proper chat, I want to update you like on the last week of my life because it's been kind of crazy. So my work week started with a tornado, and I mean a literal tornado. Yeah, so New England was like faced with tornadoes last week. The sky turned like green and it was pretty crazy. A lot of places got pretty messed up. It was raining sideways and it was kind of scary. And like at work, our emergency like system went on. It was like, do not leave the building, stay in place, tornado warning in effect. And it was just kind of unexpected because I had no idea it was happening until it happened. Because like it was bright and sunny and beautiful outside, and then I looked out the window and it was just like, I don't know. It looked like the apocalypse outside. It was terrifying. So that's how my week started. Hopefully yours started better than that. But my week got more interesting because I took Friday off to go to Boston this weekend, or last weekend, and we couldn't find a train into where we wanted to go and like to leave basically because the train stopped at a certain time. And it was like a really late concert. And so we went to Boston, and a little spoiler alert, I have never taken an Uber in my life until last Friday, and I took 2 of them. And it was a weird experience because there's something just to me that's a little bit weird about getting in a stranger's car. I know, like, I don't know. I just felt weird about it. It went fine. The first guy was kind of like really awkward though, and kept like taking different turns than it was telling him to take and like over explaining why he was doing it because there's traffic and stuff, and it was just a little weird. He also had like candy in his backseat, which was strange. I assume that's just like to be nice, but like I don't know. I personally wouldn't take candy from a stranger. It's kind of strange, weird territory there, but I thought that was interesting. And then the second guy we got on our way back from the concert was really nice and really talkative. And it was just funny because he picked us up and he's like, what's going on with the police out there? And we're like, oh, some guy got punched in the face. Yeah, we were at a rock concert at the Paradise Rock Club in Boston, and there is police, and it was interesting. So, you know, that's a good way to start a car ride. Just have something to talk about. So that was nice. And yeah, because we drove into Boston, but I didn't want to drive around to Boston, and the only place I could find to park was like an expensive parking garage by Fenway Park. So we parked there and then Ubered everywhere. So that was an experience. We also saw Deadpool 2 before the concert. All of this stuff I'm talking about, by the way, if you're not okay with like I don't know, swearing and inappropriate language. None of it is stuff you want to look up. So you don't want to look up the Fratellis, which is the band I went to go see, and you don't want to look into Deadpool, because all very inappropriate, not PG, not family friendly at all. Although in the movie Deadpool says this is a family friendly movie. It's not. He also suggests you bring your kids to the movie. Don't. It's a bad idea. But it was a very, very good movie. I quite enjoyed it. I was like kind of skeptical because I really liked the first one and I wasn't sure if it was going to live up to it, but I thought it did a really good job. And like my boyfriend suggested that like it was better than the first one because he felt like the first movie was too many flashbacks, and I kind of get that. But I think that's everything to catch you guys up on in my life. A tornado, taking Uber for the first time, seeing Deadpool, and going to a concert where somebody got punched. Oh, at the concert, speaking of getting punched, not really getting punched, but like, it was like a standing room only concert, and we were up on the top balcony, and like my feet were killing me. So eventually I was like, I want to sit down. So we sat down for a couple of minutes on like these benches against the back wall, and my boyfriend was still like into the music, and like I like, since it was so loud in there, you had to like whisper in each other's ears to get anyone's attention. And when I went to go do that, he swung his head because he was just like into the music, and he hardcore headbutted me in the face. It was awful, but hilarious. Like, I instantly started crying just because it hurt, and he was like apologizing, and I just started laughing because it was really funny. And I wonder if anyone else saw that, because they were probably like, thought it was really funny, because it was pretty funny. But anyway, back to the build finally, because I just talked about my weekend for a while just because I felt like I needed to share that with somebody, and it was just a weird week, a very weird week. Anyway, we did the kitchen there. I thought it was pretty cute. We used Jungle Adventure countertops and cabinets because those are my favorite, and I can't stop using them, just like I can't stop using the cats and dogs windows. It's just like, I need to get away from it, but I don't know if I'm gonna. Maybe like the next house I build, I'll purposefully be like, you're not allowed to use these items. You can use anything you want except for these items. I think that would probably be a good restraint on myself. Granted, every time I do a base game house, I can't use those items because they're not base games, so that might be helpful. Maybe I'll do another base game sometime soon. Ooh, what if I do one of those styles that I suggested earlier? You guys can vote on, but I make it base game only in one of those styles. I think that would be a really cool challenge. Also, have you guys enjoyed me when I do base game builds? I know they're like more accessible to people, and I don't know, I love challenges. I don't know why. I want more build challenges and challenges in general. Like, I really loved when all of those were going around, like the 5x5 and the 10-minute build challenge, and like the backwards build challenge and the upside down build challenge and the black and white build challenge and all of that kind of stuff, because that stuff is so much fun and I want to do more of it. And so hopefully there'll be more of those sometime soon. I know I didn't talk about this build too much. It's very kind of colorful and a little bit cluttery, but like I wanted it to be a little bit old school. That's why all the rooms are separated off, and the dining table's pushed against the wall because it's not that important. And I don't know, I sort of had a sim in mind for this, sort of didn't, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. It'll be available in the gallery if you'd like to download it, and like and subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.